What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to cover the new Stargate indicator / strategy called Magnum Opus. So this is a big development because this is the first indicator that actually you can see the results and see it change in real time per strategy that you want to do. If you're a long-term investor, day trader, swing trader, scalper, you can apply this Magnum Opus indicator on your chart and it will pull up here on Strategy Tester, and it will really test out the strategy and show you how much you would have made or how much you would have lost in real time. And you can pick for what's the time period. You can pick for, the past 7 years or for 2022, for 2021, and you can really validate that it works, right? And we're going to be able to set up through TradingView, through the trading panel, bots that will place the orders, the buys and the sells for you 24/7, because crypto's 24/7 never stops, right? It's going to place those buys and sells for you based off the indicator when it flashes buys and sells, and you won't even have to worry anymore. It'll literally be trading on autopilot, and you'll have the confidence and validation knowing that it works because you have the back tester that shows you how it worked in the past. So let's pull it up right now, and I'm excited to show you guys this one. So let's do it. So if you don't remember how to pull it up, you would just go to your indicators here, go to your invite only scripts. If you don't see it, refresh your trading view, go back into it, go to indicators, and then go to your invite only scripts and then click Magnum Opus and it will pop up for you. And then don't be alarmed when you see this pull up down here. That's exactly kind of what we're mostly going to be looking at. This is less of an indicator that you would use like visually on the chart, but more of a strategy that a bot would automatically place the trades for you when it comes down to it. So if let's go into the settings of the indicator and the strategy, and let's see what we're working with. So these inputs here, all you're going to worry about is these inputs. So your start date, you leave it at 1, start month, leave it at 1. That's just the first day of January. But you can mess around with the start year and the end year. And we can do, say for the year 2022 only. I just want the results of what this strategy and indicator would have and how it would have performed for the year of 2022. So let's look at it. And for properties, you could click here and say, all right, how much initial capital are you going to put in? So say $1,000. We're going to start with 1,000, and our base currency is USD. We know that. And then order size. So we're going to actually be able to say, hey, I don't want to go all in and all out of trades. I want to only put 50% in per trade, or per the Stargate strategy, 13% in per trade, right? You can do that now. So order size, for the sake of this video, we're just going to go all in and all out, and it's going to be percent of equity. And that's just percentage of how much USD is in your account. So if there's $1,000 USD in your account, it would take the whole thing because it's 100% of your equity. And yeah. And then you can scale in and out. So you can pyramid your orders. So like you can scale in and out of positions now autonomously. And then you can factor in for any commissions that are taken out when you place trades. And then you don't have to mess around with any of that. So margin for long positions, short positions, don't have to mess around with that. More of just the initial capital. And then if you want to mess around with the order size too, you can do that. And you can kind of play around with this and kind of see if you can find a parameter kind of change that will make the strategy even better. But let's dive in. So with $1,000, okay? So let me go to Heikin-Ashi candles. And this indicator and strategy works best swing trading. You really want to only be on the daily chart for this one, because you can test out other charts, time frames, but the daily usually works the best. But you may find an anomaly where like a weekly works better or something like that. But usually the daily will do you right. So we look down here, right? You see the Magnum Opus strategy indicator. Remember, we put $1,000 in, and we would have did it the first month of the year, and that would have been, January of 2022, and Bitcoin was at, so January 1st, 2022, Bitcoin was at $47,380. So if you were to just buy at that point with $1,000 and held just held, didn't do anything with it, to where we're at right now, being at $24,000-ish, you'd be down 50%. So you would have lost $500 out of your $1,000. You have $500 right now. If you were to sell it now, you'd only get $500 back, but you lost literally 8 months. So the opportunity cost, it's not just losing $500, but also the opportunity cost of just holding something that's gone down for 8 months straight, when there's other opportunities, maybe in other assets or other cryptos that are going up, or opportunities just on this chart to trade to make a better return than just buying and holding. And this is what this is doing. So this is why, like, we're not visually looking at the chart. We're looking down here because it's messy. It's, it's doing its thing. It's an automatic bot, and it factors in the risk to reward ratio. Because if we look up here, you have your risk to reward ratio. It does longs. So it opens up longs. It opens up shorts. It has take profits already integrated into it, stop losses to minimize any, losses, cut your losses short, but maximize your gains by riding them out. It tells you your risk to reward ratio, right? So like for this, say it's like a 9, you're risking $10 to make $90 in a sense, or you're risking $1,000 to make $9,000, which that's a good, risk to reward ratio. That's really good. So down here, we can look at the overview, and I love this blue kind of depiction right here. That's your equity. So you started with $1,000, right? And we're 8 months in. Just look at that steady grow. It's looking like it's getting ready to go parabolic. So you can see that our net profit is $4,129 in 8 months. So we made 412% off that $1,000. So now we're at 4,129 plus your 1,000. So like you have $5,129 now, because we have to include your initial 1,000. And so think about it. It traded it did 193 trades. So for 8 months, it did 193 trades, kind of just like churning this to get the profit. And out of those 193 trades, 74% of them were profitable. So what's 193? Let's say 75%. So 193, 75%. 144 or 145 out of 193 trades were profitable. That's a good ratio. So profit factor 3.82. Your max drawdown at any point was 32.97% was your max drawdown. So there was nothing more than that. And then your average trade gain was around $21.40. And yeah, so now we can dive into the guts of it. So the performance summary. So you can see net profit, this is your longs, this is your shorts, your gross profit, your gross loss. You can see all the numbers, and you can really see that it works, right? And you can see commission paid, open P&L. Look at all these, what's your average trade? $21.40. Average winning trade, you were making $38.83. Your average losing trade was $29.82. Average win to average loss ratio. So your largest winning trade was $676, and your largest losing trade was $135. So that's huge. And then gets into more. So average bars in winning trades and losing trades and what have you. Then we can look into the actual trades that it took and see what type of trade it was, what the signal was, the date, the price, how much of it you bought, the profit or loss that you would have made or, lost, your cumulative profit, the run up, and then the drawdown. So it breaks it all down for you. You can see all of it. So profit is $676, $75. You lost 68, up 17, up 66. And it's stacked cumulative profit right there. So this is a game changer as far as the proof is in the pudding right here. If somebody were to say, oh, well, that doesn't work. Well, it does work, because this software, the TradingView, well-renowned charting platform, they hook, you're able to code these strategies that then reads the chart, analyzes it, would have made those actions of buying and selling, and it takes the historical performance and aggregates it for you to see all these things and what it would have done. Now the second step is hooking up through the trading panel into Bitstamp or Gemini or some of these other exchanges that offer it, to now like make our trades autonomous. So now we're going to have a full auto trader, and that will be coming out very shortly. We're going to do something special for that. So that is the Magnum Opus strategy. I'm not going to go into the guts of how this all works. It's a lot, but basically it's a moving average kind of strategy. It really does its buys and sells and stop losses and take profits based off of the moving averages, multi-moving averages here. So that's basically the nuts of it. So you're mainly going to be looking at the strategy tester, seeing how it performed. You can kind of mess around with the indicator settings here. The inputs or properties to see like if you could find a strategy or a tweak that would have it perform better. But you can just see here with a market crypto that, and Bitcoin especially, or specifically right now, at the start of the year, it's been down 50%. The emotions that come with that, the loss of money, the loss of time, the loss of opportunity. But if you just plug this in, you're having a field day because you're up 412% with an asset that's gone down 50% for the year. It's huge. It's a game changer. So this is just the start, and finally we're getting this going. So that is the Magnum Opus strategy, and I will see you guys in the next video. We're going to cover the 4 seasons indicator.